We are already in week 3, and today is the first day of week 3. We are ready to take our 200 steps, first day of week 3. And as usual, I'll be waiting for 5 minutes before I take the steps. Today we are doing 200 steps, guys. Today we are doing 200 steps. We're going for 200. Last week we did 100. The first week of the Walk to Life journey, we did 50 steps. We are rising fast because there's no need to stay stagnant. The steps are so little, you can do it, your grandma can do it, everyone can do it. If none of you have yet started stepping, I guess it's personal. I don't know why you haven't, but this is the right time to start doing something about your health, about your life. So, guys, I shared my story on Facebook. I've not been a Facebook person, so I shared one of my lives on Facebook, and I received a lot of love from there. Hello, Sebusiso, Sefako. Hello, how are you? So I shared my story on Facebook of how I was diagnosed with PKD, and I received a lot of love. I also shared it on TikTok. I've been sharing my story on these platforms, and my lives are usually here on YouTube. So once I'm done on YouTube, I started this over the weekend, so I think it's something I should keep doing. Once I'm done on YouTube, I should... Good, how are you? I hope you're fine. I should share this on other platforms, but of course I'm going to edit the live before I post them on the other platforms. So I received a lot of love on Facebook, a lot of, sometimes you post on these platforms and you don't know what to expect, but I'm quite familiar with YouTube. Facebook, I've not really used it that much. Hello, Kan, how are you? So I've not been using Facebook that much, and I thank you all so much for the love. And guys, I'm not the only person suffering from high blood pressure in my town or in my city. I'm not the only person suffering from high blood pressure in my country. So there are a lot of people, but not so many people are willing to come out and share their story and share what they're going through and what's so on. So it's not very common that someone is going to come up here and share their story, given the fact that social media is so unpredictable. Very, very, very unpredictable. And some people can't really take negative comments so well. So I'm sharing this because I don't care what you're going to say. If it's positive, so be it. If it's negative, maybe you could get something out of it. Sometimes the negative is not even so negative. It may be something negative because you don't see it in the moment, and in the long run you realize this. Like, sometimes the people that care most about you come off as very negative people. What do you mean? Sebasi, so what do you mean what is doing? My name is Kani. Kani, sorry for the mispronunciation. Kani, I'm Charlotte. How are you? Where are you from? Big ass. Please, this is not a porn channel. No, this is not. Kani, yeah, Kani, how are you? Thanks for the love. So I'm trying to be the guinea pig that you're not. And now that I'm the guinea pig that you're not, and in case you're suffering from something similar similar as me, and in case it's not even the same thing, but they are relatable. So I'm sharing this such that I can have a lot of people who relate to some of these things that I'm sharing, get the help they need. And just as I said, I'm being the guinea pig that you're not. And now we have to take care of each other. This is the reason we have this platform. This is the reason I'm sharing these stories, is because in the time now that we get to know what's happening, we get to take care of each other. And for those that are showing love, thank you so much. for any recommendations you have. KB, what are you doing? I am here sharing my story, my PKD story, and this is the Walk to Life journey. We started about 2 weeks ago with 50 steps, so we are looking forward to. We started this with an aim of improving our health and quality of our life. Someone that has PKD, I no longer suffer from it that much because I did steps that I left out a lot of things that are not necessary in my life that have been hurting my kidneys. In case you don't know what PKD is polycystic kidney disease. It causes cysts on your kidneys. And today, actually, after the steps, we are going to talk about the kidneys. We are coming back to talk about the kidneys and their function and their location. So many of you don't even know where the kidneys are located. You don't know where your kidneys are. So today we are going to talk about the kidneys, their function, symptoms that your kidneys are not doing well. We are coming to talk about all these things. Wes Kyle said, hi, how are you? Yeah, so it's already 6 minutes in. I think we should take our 200 steps and we will be back to talk about the kidneys. So now that I'm sharing my story, you guys are responsible for keeping me accountable. You guys are responsible for keeping me accountable, making sure I don't go back to the things I used to. So are you responsible for yourself? And if you do, we'll be sharing in the chats and whatever is going on. Please remember to share your story. Remember to share your experience as we go on this journey. So you guys are responsible for keeping me accountable. I'm the guinea pig you need that you're not. And we are going to go through all these experiences as we go on with this channel. So let's take our 200 steps and we will be back to talk about the kidney, the function of the kidney, and signs that your kidneys are not doing well. So let me set the watch for 200 steps. And yes, here we go. 1, yeah, so we started about 2 weeks ago. We started with 50 steps. I wanted to start very low. And gradually we are going up. I think we are even not going gradually. We are going very fast. That's what I think. We are going up very fast. And for those of you that missed, it's still early to join. You can still join the Walk to Life. We are still as low as 200 steps. I'm not going far from home, so yeah, 200 steps is enough. Guys, I'm moving with a big tripod, so one of these days I should get a smaller tripod to be able to do this. I'm moving with a big tripod, and yeah, I should get one of those small tripods. And yeah, I think we should go back. We already hit 100 steps and then we go back and finish, and we will be back with 100 more steps tomorrow. So it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. Hi, how are you? This is Comedy, Croro Comedy. Yeah, hi, how are you? We are almost done with 200 steps, guys. Only 200, only 200. Guys, I think I set my watch to die every now and then, but I should let the lights be on for longer. So that's why I have to put the tripod down and check and so on. So yeah, we are almost done with 200 steps. We are back to where we started. And we are almost done with 200 steps. Yes, guys, we are done with 200 steps, guys. We are done. Thank you so much to everyone that's been able to take their steps. We are finally done. Week 2 began so well. We are done with 200 steps. So week 2, first day of week 2 is done. So now I'm back here to talk about the kidneys. What are the kidneys? Their function, their location, the function of the kidneys, and signs that your kidneys are not doing well. So what are your kidneys? These are bean-like structures about the fist of your arm. This is my fist. This is the size of my kidney. So the kidneys are located on, when I talk about the kidney, we each have a pair of kidneys and they are located right here below your diaphragm, right here. How do I know? Because I sometimes experience kidney pain from eating bad foods. Yeah, before I was diagnosed with polycystic kidney disease, I didn't really know where my kidneys are. And after that, I've taken the time and liberty to educate myself about where my kidneys are. So this is where my kidneys are, right here. And they are responsible for filtering waste out of the blood. All types of waste out of the blood. What kind of waste are those? Waste from food that is not digested, that is not taken up by the cells, and waste from, because our cells also defecate, guys. Our cells defecate just as humans defecate. The cells in our body also defecate. So that's the use of the kidney. It filters out all that waste in the blood, and the nutrients that are excess and have not been absorbed. So because the kidney does such a major job of filtering your blood and returning clean blood to your body, it is a very vital organ in the body. So now that you have known what the kidney is, the size of the kidney and the location and what it does, so let's go to what signs and symptoms that the kidney is not working well. Especially whatever I went through. Uploading me, Slaven. What does that mean? Oh, you're telling me your name. Okay, Slaven, I'm Charlotte. How are you? Thanks for the love. I think so. I think you're just telling me your name. I don't know what language that is. Tell me where you're from. So these are signs that show that your kidney is not well. Your kidney is not functioning well. Before even you have the kidney pain, signs and symptoms that your kidney is not functioning well, you're going to have rashes, guys. Rashes on your body. Rashes. Look for places, especially these parts of the arms. I started getting these rashes when I was like 14, 15, around the arms. I'm from Croatia. Hey, how are you? How is Croatia? I hope it's good there. So I started getting rashes around these parts of my arms. If you can look closely, this part appears darker. These parts of my arm appear darker because I had rashes there for a very long time. And I've seen people in my family have those rashes. They don't know where they're coming from, and I'm not going to be the one to break the news to them. Maybe I'm even breaking it through these lives. I don't know, but I hope they get the message. So rashes around these parts of your arms, so many people have them. You don't know where they're coming from. Rashes. The skin itself is a major detox organ. It's the biggest detox organ on the body. Make some Vaseline and with some cream and put it on it. No, I no longer have it. I no longer have the rashes because I started taking care of myself, did the elimination process, and left out most of the foods. It's just that the area is darker because I went years. I was applying cream and the results were always short-lived. So I would have rashes. I would apply the cream. It would last only 2 weeks. And once I stopped, it would only be 2 weeks, and then the rashes would come back. So it darkened these areas. So they are hyperpigmented. Yeah. Did you ever hear for my small land Croatia? Yeah, I know about Croatia actually. I've heard about Croatia a lot of times, especially around the time of the Ukrainian, in our history books here in Uganda. And Grant says, hi, Grant Stewart. Hi, hello, how are you? Let me ask you a question. Why African people have pimples on their face? Guys, it's not only African people who have pimples on their face. That's not true. It's not only African people who have pimples on their face. So pimples, I don't know where you're getting the idea from, but the reason why people get pimples is because pimples are an expression. Just as I said, the skin is the biggest detox organ on our body. So this is the way of the skin detoxifying, and once you're not taking care of your internals, most times pimples are a reflection of the internals, and most times we are treating them externally because we don't understand. And the pharmaceutical, not the pharmaceutical, the chemists and the people that make all these creams and sell to us tell us it's an external issue that can be handled externally. Most times you have to look on the inside. So most people that have pimples, me right now, if I do have, they're from my piece. I recently received my piece, so I'm going to react. How old are you? Slaven, I am 35. Yeah, I'm 35. So signs and symptom number one that I got that I had a kidney issue was the rashes. Then number two is, can someone tell us what number two is? Frequent urination. Frequent urination. If you're going to, let me ask you a question. What do you put on my cracked feet? My feet is cracked up. If your feet is cracked up, you don't really know, you should get something that has urea. Urea is both moisturizing and gently exfoliates. So I would recommend oils, and you should make sure that you scrub your feet at least once a week. Recommend things like Eucerin, something that has high content of urea. Yeah. You should also look into your blood work. Maybe it's being caused by something internally, but I don't know so much about that. But I know that urea helps with the cracking of the feet. Also, you can get that from dry skin if you're not moisturizing well. I see sometimes my mom's feet crack because she has high blood pressure. Me particularly, my feet don't crack. So, hi babies. I'm not a baby, guys. I'm not a baby. Hi. Are you married or single, guys? I'm single. And right now, I'm not ready to date. I'm not ready to date. So we talked about urination, frequent urination. This is now when the kidneys have advanced in all the damage and so on and so forth. Number three is pain in the kidneys. Number four, this should even have come at number two, but I'm not putting them in order. Number four is frequent bacterial infection, UTIs, bacterial infections, and so on. This shows that your kidneys are not filtering the waste out of your body well. And secondly, now they're susceptible to all these infections. These UTIs can easily travel up. Your body is supposed to be able to fight them naturally. Oh, Grant, that's good to know. You're 35 years too. Do you have any health issues? And in case you don't have, I hope you can hear me out. I have polycystic kidney disease. I no longer suffer from it that much because I took the necessary care of it. But I'm looking forward to heal, so that's why I'm here. Desert Channel Explorers, hi, how are you? Albinas, how are you? Hi, babies, hi. Said hi, thank you. Yeah. So that is it. And I think I'm forgetting some, but on my YouTube video, there's where I explained and you'll feel pain in the sides, pain in your sides here. The back, sometimes it's in the front, so mostly it's in the back, pain in the sides. That shows you have a kidney issue, and usually the pain comes when it's advanced. Kidney diseases slip in very, very quietly. Most times they go undetected. And what are the signs and symptoms? Some of the signs that you have this is hypertension, high blood pressure, high blood pressure. Let me tell you, especially for me, that I have polycystic kidneys. The cysts on my kidneys cause pressure in my nephrons. What are the nephrons? These are the filters of the kidneys. This is where filtering of the blood happens. And because there's disruption and fluid that has collected there, there's pressure, and this causes build-up in the nephrons, and this causes the build-up to sit to, and as it keeps on increasing, that fluid keeps on increasing, it leads to polycystic kidney disease. Some people have like a single cyst. That's not polycystic kidney disease. If you go to the doctors and they tell you have like one cyst on your kidney, 1, 2, 3, 4 cysts on your kidney, that is not polycystic kidney disease, but it happens. It's not supposed to happen like that. Just because we don't take care of ourselves, eventually we develop cysts on our kidneys. In my condition, this is a hereditary disease. It is a mutation because of what I inherited. When they say hereditary, it's because of the patterns and what so on we inherited, which has led to the gene to mutate and cause these things in our body, these conditions in our body. So our parents, our grandparents passed it on and so on, the traditions and so on. This is what they mean by hereditary. So guys, I forgot to stop the watch. I'm just stopping it right now. So these are some of the signs, and high blood pressure is one of them. Guys, when you have high blood pressure, when they find your blood pressure is going up, always look at your kidneys. Always go and look at your kidneys. Most times, many times, the doctors don't say that. How do I know this? My mom has high blood pressure. In our family, so many people have or had high blood pressure, and none of them had ever been diagnosed with polycystic kidney disease. So when we went to the hospital, after I was discharged from the main hospital, we went to see a physician, and when they took to him my results, because the doctors at the hospital had scared the hell out of us. I thought I was going to die. So they had scared the hell out of us. I was recommended to see a urologist, which I haven't seen up to now. And I was recommended to be doing all these tests and so on and so forth. So when we went to see this guy, he asked if to see the results, the medical forms, and he saw them and he was like, this is hereditary. This is something she got from when she was in the womb. It's hereditary, basically. And then, so my mom asked the right question. She was like, does that mean she has polycystic kidney disease too? And the doctor was like, he was so good and told her, you should check. You should check. Maybe this is why. And I remember there was a time in her life she struggled with her blood pressure so much that the medication was not also helping that much. Same thing happened to me. The medication were not helping me that much. I had heart palpitation from the medication, very, very, very high heart palpitations from the medications, and I was not feeling good, and my blood pressure was not really coming down as it should. So when she asked that question, guys, like, the Lord has decided to use me as a guinea pig in my family. So that's what has happened. Yeah. So I've told you what the kidneys are, the function of the kidneys, what signs and symptoms that the kidneys are not doing well, and then I've told you the location of the kidneys. So guys, another disease that affects the kidneys is Diabetes, guys, diabetes. Because of the high sugar levels in the blood, this sugar goes and sits in the filters and it accumulates and it starts to damage the filters. So before we start the detox, and before I mention the herbs we are going to start using for this detox, what causes these build-ups and these damages of the kidneys? Most times it is parasites. Parasites, parasites, parasites everywhere. Most times it's the parasites. So when this, not only to the kidneys, but also to other major organs, the lungs, when the parasites go to the lungs, they give you a different issue, a different disease. When they're in your stomach, they give you a different disease. When they're in your kidneys, you have the cysts. And when they're in your ovaries, this is when you're diagnosed with PCOS, polycystic ovarian cyst. Polycystic ovarian cyst. So parasites cause a lot of damage to our organs. And this is why I wanted to start this with a parasitic detox. Once we hit the 500 steps max, and I've been saying this, once we hit the 500 steps max, we are going to do a parasite detox. This is one of the reasons we are going to do a parasite detox, because we need to get rid of the parasites in our body before we go further into the detoxes. Now, this is not something we are going to do once. We are going to be repeating it after every 3 to 4 months. After every 3 to 4 months, we will be repeating our parasite detox. So, today, I will not be mentioning what herb or any herb we need, but tomorrow I'll be mentioning one herb that you need, because you need to get it, prepare it, and dry it before the due date. Yeah, before the due date, before we start the detox. We are still weeks away from the detox, but it's the right time to start the preparation. So I thought I should educate you about the kidneys and what they do and signs and symptoms. There are so many signs and symptoms signs and symptoms to damage to the kidneys. But those are the few I could remember. In case any of you knows any, please remember to comment them below. Remember to tell us what signs and symptoms you had. I had quite a number. Frequent urination, I mentioned. Yeah, I had quite a number of them. Now I only get up to urinate once a night. Most times it's only once a night, but before that I would get up like 3 to 4 times a night. Almost half of the night I would be spending getting up to go and urinate. So guys, I've come a long way. I'm fine, guys. I'm much better. I was diagnosed with PKD in 2021, so by now I'm much better than what I used to be. I have sugar. What are you good use for mine? What do you have? Sugar, diabetes? You say you have sugar. Do you have diabetes? Guys, now this is something about sugar. Our body needs sugar. Imenga. Our body needs sugar, but not the type of sugar that we have all been taking. There's a difference between these processed sugars and the sugar that our body needs. Now, what type of sugar does our body need? It's the fructose. Fructose is easily absorbed and released out of the body, and absorbed and released out of the body and used by the body. But when we take all these manufactured and processed sugars, the body takes time to break them down. Hence, the high insulin, hence the damage to your organs, hence all these other things. So the body needs sugar to operate, but not the sugar you are taking in sweets, not the sugar you are taking in your tea. Remember to always keep your sugar natural, which is fructose. And if you have high blood pressure, I don't advise you to get your sugar from bananas. Do not eat a lot of bananas. They're going to really spike your sugar levels so high. And same applies to people who have diabetes. Do not take the bananas. I would prefer you take dates. Dates they are very sweet, but they don't raise your sugar level. for such a long time. Your sugar level is always going to rise each time you eat something, but they don't keep it up there for a long time. Hi Charlotte, how are you today? I'm good, how are you? I hope you're fine. Double-edged sword devotions, I hope you're good. Hope your weekend is going good. My weekend is going fine. I'm here with you guys for this live. And I can't read. Tete V, hello my dear, how do you feel? My name is Edem Bakwaya from Togo, Akofa's brother. Just to greet you. Bye. Thank you so much. Thanks for the greetings. Is the kid okay? Which kid? Which kid? Is which kid okay? Which kid is which kid okay? Yeah, so that's it. If you have diabetes, please look for those fruits that are not going to keep your sugar level spiked for so long. Fruits like dates, fruits like watermelon. Watermelon is good. Quite a number of fruits. And you need to, if you do not want to have the fruits with sugar, you can go for fruits that don't have sugar, things like cucumbers, things like papaya is good for the heart and the kidneys. Popo, we call it popo. Once I say papaya, it's like, yeah, if I say papaya, it's like. So yeah, guys, this is what I wanted to talk about today. I hope all of you have understood. In case you haven't, the reason why these things, the damages happen to the kidneys is because we get these parasites. And where do we get these parasites from? From the foods we eat. Whether you're eating fruits, whether you're eating only vegetables, you still have parasites in your body. These things are grown in the ground and they get those parasites. Some of these parasites cannot be killed by heat, so they travel to your body. That's why it's necessary they travel to your gut, and once they're in your gut and multiply, they go to your bloodstream and cause all these problems. So once they reach your kidneys, that's when you have cysts on your kidneys, because they lodge in there and they start to cause this damage to the filters in your kidneys, the nephrons. So that is why we are starting with a parasitic detox. Parasite detox, CAM 500 steps. That's why we are starting there. So, yeah, depends on where the parasites go. They'll always cause a different kind of disease. Yes, guys. So that's why we're starting with a parasite detox. And I really wanted to explain where the direction we are taking. Yeah, and I hope you guys are ready to take this direction with us. So if any of you have any questions for me, please ask now, because I'm about to leave here. I'm about to go. I'm about to go out of here. Please, if you have any questions, ask me now. We have just talked about the kidneys, the function of the kidneys, the location of the kidneys, signs and symptoms that your kidneys are not doing well, which most people underestimate is infections, having frequent bacterial infections. I want to emphasize this so much. So many people nowadays treat these bacterial infections without knowing that your body is supposed to fight off most of these things naturally. So most times we are on these antibiotics, which are still going to cause more damage to the body. So guys, watch out if you have these frequent bacterial infections, because there was a point in my life I had to treat bacterial infections every 2 to 3 weeks. Every 2 to 3 weeks I had to treat bacterial infections because my kidneys were really down. So I was talking about high blood pressure. High blood pressure, we have 2 numbers. The upper number is the systolic and the lower number is the diastolic. Let me explain this to you guys. Let me take off some time here again to explain to you. The upper number, the systolic number, is the pressure of the blood against the walls of the vein while your heart is beating. And the diastolic is the pressure of the blood against the walls of your veins while the heart is resting. So what do these numbers represent? The systolic represents the adrenals, and the diastolic represents the actual kidneys. Ask me where the adrenals are located. They are that pyramid on top of the kidney. Most times we ignore the adrenals. We think they don't matter. When they talk about the kidneys, no one is explaining to you that there's a pyramid on the kidneys called the adrenals, which is responsible for your adrenal rush, adrenal glands. Yeah, Godwin Ugochukwu. Yeah, I hope I pronounced that well. Hi, how are you? Yeah, so that's it, the systolic number. And for me, the systolic and the diastolic numbers both have always been high. They have always been high, and I was struggling with controlling them. But they started to reduce. I've not had my blood pressure checked in a while. Once we do the detox, we are going to have the blood pressure checked. The last time I checked, it was, I don't trust the one on this watch. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. I need the machine. Yeah, so it was 140 over 90, to be honest. And before, when I was rushed to the hospital, and after I came back home, and some months after, before I started taking care of myself, my blood pressure was always between 190 and 215, the systolic number. And the diastolic number was always between 140 and 120, which is very, very high. What does this show you? It shows you damage to both the adrenals and the kidneys, damage to both organs. So if it's always your upper numbers that are high and the lower numbers are good, meaning your adrenals are what? Very, very damaged. They have damage to them, and your actual kidney is quite fine. And if it is the lower numbers, this is how people get low blood pressure, hypotension. It's called hypotension. Yeah, this comes from the lower numbers being, sometimes the lower numbers are really low. Yeah, that's hypotension, low blood pressure. You're so thank you, and I can't read your name. I don't know where you're from. Looks like Indian, Russian, I don't know. Yeah, I am Charlotte from Uganda. Yeah, so that's it. That is it. At least today you're going home knowing that the systolic number of the blood pressure is the pressure of the blood against the veins as the heart is beating, and the diastolic number is the pressure of the blood against the veins as the heart is at rest. And these two, the kidney is responsible for that, and the systolic number is, the adrenals are responsible for that. The diastolic number, the kidneys are responsible for that. So I hope you get that. I hope you understand it. What's your name? I told you, I'm Charlotte. You don't understand. Okay, is that your name? Tim Zetzli. Tim Zetzli. Okay, I hope that's your name in English. At least you've tried to write it. I hope I'm right, and I hope I read it well. So guys, we are done. We took our 200 steps today, and I've explained to you everything I could explain today. So tomorrow we are coming here to talk about One Hub, and we will try to find it. I think I've seen it around here, but I've seen it more in some other place, but we'll try to find it tomorrow. Tomorrow we are identifying One Hub, and we'll try to find it. I hope to see you guys tomorrow. And yeah, my time is up. So thank you so much to everyone that's been on this live, and see you again tomorrow. Bye.